Hey, what is up, guys? 10VidMan here, bringing you another exciting X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Now, just to let you guys know, it has been so long since I've uploaded because of work and stuff. I actually have a lot of battles I need to actually narrate. Now, this was actually one of my more recent battles. I saw a bunch from like a month ago. But anyway, this is a battle against my good buddy, Red Shiner, and we have a lot of interesting battles, and he wins a lot, and I win occasionally. So, but judging from the teams, I'm using kind of a random team that's using some lesser known threats like ExpLOUD and Nidoking, and he's got a lot of threats, including the buffed Mandibuzz. We've got, I don't know what kind of Charizard it is. I have to assume maybe Charizard X, just because judging from the team. Not a lot of physical attackers other than Breloom and Tyranitar, so I assume it's probably more of a physical attacker, but we'll see. And Alakazam can be an issue, Sableye can be an issue, but I have my own, so, you know, who knows. But without further ado, let's get this battle started. Let's get that Team Flare music going. So, yeah, I decide why not. I'll lead with my ExpLOUD just in case he leads with the Sableye, as he actually ends up leading with the Charizard, which kind of surprised me. I really didn't know what to do. I just didn't want to take a hit, so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go out into my Goodra because I am the wonderful Assault Vest set, meaning I can tank anything if it's Charizard or if it's Mega Charizard Y. So it was very risky because he could have Mega evolved into Charizard X, but luckily for me, he is Charizard Y, and he gets the stun up with the Drought after he Mega evolves, and now he can just go for the Flamethrower. Now this is a sun-boosted stab Flamethrower. Look how little that does to Assault Vest Goodra. And this thing has absolutely no special defense investment. It is purely offensive with Assault Vest, which is freaking awesome. But now I know the switch into Tyranitar is very obvious. I know I'm going to have to double switch here. So I actually double switch out into my Mamoswine, predicting the Tyranitar, which was a perfect play on my part. I haven't done a double switch like that in so long, so it felt good to do that. But now he's inclined to switch because he doesn't want to take an Earthquake. So now he's going to bring out the Mandibuzz. SS gives me pretty much a free opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks. Now, since I am a Sash Mamo, he could have actually just broke the Sash right then and there, but he decided not to, which is fine by me. I get free rocks for free. As I now bring out my Nidoking to counter the Mandibuzz, as he goes for the foul play straight away, which was kind of why I didn't want to leave my Mamoswine in. I could have easily gone for Icicle Crash, but I decided not to just because I didn't want to take a foul play. Nidoking can take that pretty well as I smash him with a very powerful Ice Beam. Yeah, Sheer Force Nidoking still a massive threat even now, even with the weakening of most of the special attacks, but still a massive, powerful threat. And even though it'll probably be still UU, I wanted to use it in the current X and Y OU metagame. So he decides to switch out after he defogs and get to my Stealth Rocks, as I now predict the switch and go for the Sludge Wave. Not really into Sableye. I didn't expect Sableye to come in, and so that kind of stinks, but you know what, whatever. Sableye, though, is going to be a massive troll and cause all sorts of crazy shenanigans and such. So as he now goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which, I don't know if you guys know, but it was buffed to 85 accuracy this gen, which means it is most likely going to hit me, and it does, which is fine. It doesn't really care. I really don't care about getting it burned. But, I go for the Earth Power. It does a very depressing amount of damage. It does maybe 50%, if not a little bit more. But now this is going to be a very nasty little recover Stalwart, because he's actually recovering a little bit more than I'm doing, which is kind of frustrating, which means I'm probably doing like 45 to 50% with an Earth Power, which kind of sucks, but it's probably around 45 to 50%. So, but I know I've got to switch out here because I am doing nothing to the Sableye. So I've got to switch out, and boy, I just took this match not too long ago, and I can't remember what happens. Oh, that's right. I bring out the massive threat that is known as ExpLOUD. Now, ExpLOUD has a unique attribute to it in the fact that it has Scrappy, and ExpLOUD got a humongous buff in this generation in the form of the attack Boom Burst. Boom Burst, ExpLOUD's probably the most viable user of Boom Burst because it's somewhat bulky. It has Scrappy to hit ghosts, but I know that he's predicting my Boom Burst. But luckily for me, I do carry the Focus Blast, and I predict a Tyranitar switch. Go straight for that Choice Specs Focus Blast. It does a humongous chunk into the Tyranitar, which is amazing. Now, I don't know what kind of set he is, if he's banded, but he kind of looks Assault Vest to me, but I could be wrong. I actually hit my second Focus Blast, and that Tyranitar is no longer an issue, which is absolutely fantastic. So, ExpLOUD, just proving how amazing and just, wonderful it is. But, now he's going to bring out the Breloom, and that's a problem, so I've got to switch out. Now, I know he's probably going to go for the Spore, so I'm going to go into my Nidoking as, because it's, status fodder at this point. But, goes for the Spore and it fails, which is great. I guess he just didn't expect my Nidoking to come in, but I kind of don't need Nidoking at this point, so I don't care if it does die at this point, but he decides to switch out, and now he brings out the Charizard, which I didn't really predict. I more so predicted him to stay in and Mach Punch, so I just kind of clicked Sludge Wave. But I hit the Charizard Y on the switch, and it does a humongous amount of damage, even despite the massive special defense increase that Charizard Y got. So, but I'm going to try to keep my Nidoking for a little bit more, but just because Goodrus can still take almost anything Charizard Y has, as he actually turns out to have the Dragon Pulse, which is a very interesting option on Charizard Y. But I'm still eating that up like it's nobody's business. Holy moly, Goodra, you are bulky. But, most Charizard Ys I usually see carry either Solar Beam and Focus Blast, sometimes a Roost. He could be just 4 attacks as far as I know, but Charizard Y is going to take bite the dust of my own Dragon Pulse, so that's pretty cool. But unfortunately, my Goodra actually doesn't really serve much of a purpose anymore. I got rid of the Charizard Y, which is why I don't really mind if it dies here, as he ends up going for the Psyshock and taking me out, which is fine. Goodra is still a boss, and it should be treated as such. So, the Alakazam is still an issue, but now I'm going to go into my Mawile just because I decided why not. Now, I was fearing he was a substitute set, so I didn't want to go for the Sucker Punch. I just Mega Evolve into the mighty, mighty, mighty Mega Mawile. And I'm going to go straight for the Play Rough after he hits me with a Shadow Ball. Now, normally, of course, it would be resisted, but this is the 6th generation, I don't resist it anymore. So, but it doesn't even do half, which is awesome, as I am able to get the Play Rough off and do a pretty hefty, not a hefty chunk, bring it down to its sash. So that's awesome. Now, I admit this was a little obvious. I could have just gone for the Play Rough again, but I decided I didn't want to take any more damage, so I Sucker Punched, which is fine. I don't really mind. But now here, I was worried that he would foul play and knock me out because of my massive attack stats. So I decided to switch out and bring out my Sableye just because I didn't want to take a foul play, plain and simple. So, but he actually goes straight for the Whirlwind, which I don't understand why he Whirlwinded. But unfortunately for him, he actually brings up my Mamoswine, which was that's not good for him at all. Because, Mamoswine's a boss, and he's going to go straight for the Icicle Crash, which looks amazing this generation, might I add. And, yeah, that Mandibuzz is no longer an issue. So, if I want, I can get Stealth Rocks up, but, with Charizard Y gone, it's not really an issue now. But he now brings up the Sableye just to try to burn me, which I don't want to happen to my Mamo. So, I'm going to switch out into my ExpLOUD, who I don't mind taking a burn. So, as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and burns my ExpLOUD, which is, whatever, but ExpLOUD, probably the MVP of this battle, just because it, took out Tyranitar, which was a huge wall for a lot of my other Pokemon, and now I can, doesn't matter, add nothing, it's a safe switch, and I'm going to go for that Specs Choice Stab Boo Burst, because of Scrappy, I can hit Sableye, and it goes down, which is freaking awesome. ExpLOUD is the #1 normal ghost killer, and I love it. But now Breloom comes in. I don't want anything to take a Mach Punch, so I am going to just leave an ExpLOUD as fodder, which is fine as it goes down. But ExpLOUD, you are the man, and you are awesome, so that's freaking sweet. But now I'm going to bring out my Mamoswine, because it checks the most of his other Pokemon just fine, as he ends up going for the Mach Punch. Now, he wondered why I didn't Spore, and I can understand why, but it doesn't matter because I actually am a jolly Mamoswine, so he wouldn't have outsped me anyway. I could have taken him out regardless with the Stab Icicle Crash. So, down goes the Breloom, and all he has now is that Alakazam, which can just be easily picked apart with the Ice Shard, as he just decides to forfeit, which is fine. But it was a great game, and definitely showed off the power of the mighty Choice Specs ExpLOUD. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I really hope to get more content up soon. But, I'm doing what I can. I'm only getting 2 off days a week, and I'm not able to narrate on Sundays, but I had a rare opportunity to today. I really just need to go on a spree and just narrate a bunch of battles at once, but I can't do that today, so sorry guys. But I'll upload whenever I can, and maybe I'll even try to do some before work, so, because I got like 15 battles I gotta upload. So, rate, comment, sub, and later guys.